Mother's Day brunch is a different animal. Flowers arrive already wilting at the edges, champagne corks pop too early, and everyone is trying to perform gratitude on a schedule. I clocked in knowing all of that. I tied my apron the way I always do, double knot, tug, smooth, and told myself it was just another shift. I'd worked here since sophomore year, through midterms and summer classes, through the months when tuition emails made my stomach drop. The restaurant paid better than campus jobs, and I liked the rhythm of it. Orders in, plates out, smiles that didn't require explanations. I knew the floor plan like muscle memory. I knew which tables needed extra coffee before they asked, and which guests wanted space. I did not expect my mother. I was refilling water at table 12 when I heard my name, used the way only she uses it, drawn out, surprised, already correcting itself. I turned before I meant to. They were being seated at a corner booth by the window, my sister sliding in first, already scrolling her phone. My mother paused mid-step and looked me up and down as if the uniform were a costume she hadn't approved. "Oh," she said, her voice pitching upward. "We didn't realize you worked here. How embarrassing for us." It carried. I felt it hit the nearest tables like a dropped fork. Someone laughed reflexively, not unkindly, just caught. I noticed all of it, the way my sister's shoulders stiffened, the way my mother's smile held too long, the way my own hand stayed steady around the pitcher. For a half second, I thought about all the things I could say, about tuition, about scholarships that didn't cover books, about how this job paid for my independence, not my shame. The thoughts came fast and left just as quickly. I smiled because smiling was easy. I picked up the menus because they were right there, and I said 4 words evenly, the way I'd learned to speak when emotion didn't belong to the moment. "I'll grab menace." I placed them on the table, angled just so, and stepped away. The dining room sound returned to normal, like a wave settling after something breaks the surface. Behind the server station, I took one breath. Not a dramatic one. Just enough to reset. My reflection in the stainless steel looked like it always did during a rush, focused, unremarkable, capable. I tucked a stray hair back and checked my section. I didn't bring the coffee. I didn't bring the water. I let another server take over without comment. It wasn't avoidance. It was procedure. Family tables complicate things, and we're encouraged to switch when they do. I went back to work. I remembered other Mother's Days without trying to. Breakfasts where my sister's accomplishments were praised like inevitabilities and mine were reframed as surprises. The way work had always been presented as something to outgrow, not something to respect. The memories rose and fell, not heavy enough to slow me. A minute passed, maybe less. I was at the pause terminal when I felt it, the shift in air that comes before authority steps in. My manager, Elena, moved fast when she needed to. She didn't run often. When she did, it meant something had been clocked and decided. She didn't look at me first. She went straight to the booth by the window. Her voice was calm, professional, audible without being loud. "Good morning. I'm the manager on duty. I just wanted to check in." My mother looked up, startled again, this time without the practiced smile ready. Elena continued, "We want all our guests to feel comfortable here, including our staff. If there's any issue with service, I'm happy to help. Otherwise, I'll need to ask that conversations about staff be kept respectful." It was unmistakable. Policy language, neutral tone. Control shifted not with a flourish, but with clarity. My sister's phone disappeared under the table. My mother nodded too quickly, murmuring something that sounded like agreement. Elena didn't linger. She thanked them for understanding and walked back toward the kitchen. No one clapped. No one stared. A couple of table 9 met my eyes briefly and then looked away. The room moved on. So did I. The rest of the shift unfolded the way shifts do. Orders stacked, plates cleared, a kid spilled juice. Someone asked for gluten, free bread we didn't have. Tips landed folded or flat, generous or not. I did my job. When I passed the window booth later, my mother didn't look up. My sister did once and then didn't again. There was no scene, no reconciliation staged between courses. Just the quiet rearrangement of a dynamic that had been assumed permanent. After close, I counted my tips and wiped down my station. Elena nodded at me on her way out, nothing more. I clocked out and stepped into the evening with the smell of flowers and dish soap still on me. Mother's Day had passed through me without ceremony. I walked home thinking about tuition deadlines and next semester's schedule, about how dignity doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it just holds.